Here is your full, long, deeply emotional, YouTube-ready cinematic story written in plain paragraphs only. No headings, no lists, no breaks, just a smooth, flowing narration perfect for a 40-minute video. It begins with a strong hook to grip viewers instantly, keeps engagement high, builds tension, and ends with a powerful, inspiring message that motivates your audience to like and subscribe. The moment the doors of the restaurant opened, everyone inside stopped laughing. Moments ago, they had been whispering, planning, and joking about a blind date prank they had set up, a prank they thought would be funny, harmless, entertaining. But when the CEO walked in and saw her, the girl in the wheelchair, nervously rubbing her thumbs together, unaware that the date wasn't real, everything changed. And by the end of the night, the people who set her up would be crying for reasons they never expected. Before I tell you exactly what the CEO did that left them speechless, make sure you like this video and subscribe to the channel, because this story will touch your heart in a way you'll remember for a long time. Maya never asked for pity. She never asked for attention. All she wanted was to be treated like everyone else. But high school had been cruel, college wasn't much better, and even at 23, she still carried the same fear in her chest, that she'd never be enough for anyone, that people only saw the wheelchair, not the girl. Her coworkers at the cafe always joked behind her back, calling her too serious, too quiet, or too unreachable. What she didn't know was that two of them had planned something unbelievably cruel. They submitted her profile to a blind date app as a joke, pairing her with someone completely out of her league, at least in their minds, a CEO known for being young, handsome, and incredibly private. They expected him to reject her instantly, humiliate her, or walk out. They thought it would be hilarious. They thought she'd never find out. But fate had a different plan. Adrian Malik, the 30-year-old CEO of one of the fastest-growing tech companies in the city, had been exhausted from fake friendships, business meetings that felt like battles, and women who were more interested in his money than his heart. When the blind date request came in, something about the message felt different. There was no flirting, no desperate attempts to impress him, just simple, honest lines about loving books, painting sunsets, and wanting meaningful conversations. That was Maya's real personality, even though she had no idea the profile had been made. Something in those words touched him. He accepted the date without knowing her face, her background, or her story. The night of the date, Maya almost didn't show up. She thought the match notification was a mistake, and her coworkers encouraged her to go, pretending to support her while secretly recording the moment she arrived. She rolled into the restaurant with trembling hands, wearing the floral dress she had sewn herself. She kept telling herself that maybe for once, something good might happen. The people who set her up hid in a corner, waiting to laugh. Then Adrian entered. His eyes scanned the room until they fell on Maya. For a moment, he froze. Not because of the wheelchair, he didn't care about that, but because of the way she looked up at him with a kind of fragile hope, like someone who had been disappointed too many times. He walked toward her calmly, pulled out the chair opposite her, and sat down gently, as though he had been waiting his whole life to meet her. Maya immediately apologized. "If you want to leave, I understand," she whispered, expecting rejection. Adrian leaned forward and smiled softly. "Why would I leave? I'm the one. Who's lucky you came?" Those words silenced the entire restaurant. The coworkers recording lowered their phones, confused. This wasn't what they expected. Adrian asked about her art, her dreams, her fears. He listened, truly listened, in a way no one ever had. And for the first time in a long time, Maya laughed freely. She forgot about the wheelchair. She forgot about the people watching. She forgot about every insecurity that had ever held her back. An hour passed. Then two. And then the truth came out. One of the coworkers, shaking with guilt or maybe panic, approached the table. "She didn't sign up for this," he blurted. We made the account as a joke." Maya froze. Her heart sank. She felt the humiliation rising like fire in her throat. She couldn't breathe. "I'm sorry," she whispered to Adrian, tears gathering in her eyes. "I didn't know. I promise I didn't." But Adrian didn't let her finish. He stood up so suddenly that everyone turned. His voice, usually calm and controlled, carried through the entire restaurant as he said, "A joke? You call this a joke? Humiliating a woman who has done nothing to you. Recording her like she's entertainment. The coworkers shrank back, faces pale. Adrian continued, "If anyone here should be embarrassed, it's you, not her." The manager rushed over, apologizing. Customers stared. Maya wished she could disappear, but Adrian gently placed a hand on her shoulder. "Look at me," he said quietly. "You are not the joke here. You are the only person in this room worth knowing." Those words broke her. Tears streamed down her face, not from pain, but from the shock of being defended, truly defended, for the first time in her life. Adrian escorted her out of the restaurant with dignity, ignoring the stares. Once outside, he knelt beside her wheelchair so their eyes were level. "I don't care how we met," he said softly. "I care that we did." Maya shook her head, still trembling. "Why are you being so kind?" "Because kindness is what you deserved before anyone else decided otherwise." He offered to drive her home. She hesitated but agreed. The car ride was quiet at first, but then she spoke about her past, the accident that had changed her life at 16, the people who drifted away afterward, the fear that she would always be alone. Adrian listened without looking away, without pity, without forced sympathy. When they reached her apartment, he got out and opened the door for her. "I'd like to see you again," he said. "But only if you want that too." Maya had been waiting years to hear something like that. But she still doubted it. "You don't have to feel sorry for me." He smiled. "I don't. I feel drawn to you." The weeks that followed were slow, gentle, and healing. Adrian showed up for her art exhibition and bought her favorite painting anonymously so she wouldn't feel pressured. He helped her apply for grants for disabled artists. He took her to quiet places where she wouldn't feel watched or judged. And Maya slowly opened up, trusting him, laughing with him, and finally believing that she was worthy of love. Then came the day everything changed again.